A hedge against dread. A reflection for the third Sunday in Ordinary Time. The verses of Psalm 27 selected for this Sunday, specifically 1, 4, 13, and 14, make an easy connection to the first reading from Isaiah. Light imagery in the refrain from Psalm 27:1, "The Lord is my light and my salvation," relates immediately to a similar metaphor in Isaiah 9:1. "The people who walked in darkness have seen a great light. Upon those who dwelt in the land of gloom, a light has shone." Light, in both cases, speaks of the saving presence of the Lord, delivering Israel from her enemies. This prophetic oracle from Isaiah takes us back to a time in the history of Israel when the superpower of the day, Assyria, is steadily marching from the Fertile Crescent toward the Mediterranean Sea, gobbling up nations and peoples along the way. The tribal lands of Zebulun and Naphtali have already fallen under Assyrian control. 2 centuries past the golden age of David and Solomon, Israel is divided and weak. Her northern kingdom is about to fall to an overwhelming enemy. In the face of this tremendous threat, the daring prophet declares that the present doom will not be the end of the story. With this context in mind, the dialogue set up in the lectionary between the oracle from Isaiah and Psalm 27 makes even more sense. If we include verses 11 and 12 of Psalm 27, along with 13 and 14 from today's selection, we read, "Lord, show me your way. Lead me on a level path because of my enemies. Do not abandon me to the will of my foes. Malicious and lying witnesses have risen against me. But I believe I shall enjoy the Lord's goodness in the land of the living. Wait for the Lord. Take courage. Be stout-hearted. Wait for the Lord." According to this psalmist, who faces a situation of grave threat, trust in the Lord throws up a barrier against dread, fear in its most obsessive and debilitating form. Reliance on the Lord saves us from the downward spiral of hopelessness. Security is, at best, ephemeral, at worst, illusionary. Only trust in the Lord leads to courage and stout-heartedness in the face of real enemies and the nameless threats that surround us. After years of praying and studying the Psalms, I think of the trustworthy God of the universe as covenant partner. When I feel threatened, I repeat this mantra: I have a covenant partner. Then I face the threatening situation and try to discern the way of the Lord, the level path to peace. That said, our individual sense of trust in God can falter in the face of complex and confusing circumstances. We need others walking the same pilgrim journey to buoy us up when we get in over our heads and fear threatens to overwhelm us. Thus, St. Paul reminds us to be united in the same mind and the same purpose. Divisions in the family of Jesus undermine our solidarity with and support of one another, getting in the way of the Holy Spirit and our mission as disciples. I find it striking that Jesus calls his first disciples in twos, and they respond fearlessly and wholeheartedly. Later in his ministry, he will send them out, again in twos, and they will return in joy and wonder at what God has accomplished through them.